I'm super excited about the future of PlayStation because it's really bright, and I weirdly enough realized that while playing the Ghost of Tsushima Legends multiplayer expansion. Like, the amount of quality content that you get for free is really insane. And then I started to fantasize what else is possible. And of course, the PlayStation 5 is super close. DualSense controllers are already spotted in the wild at Walmart. Like, the accessories actually seem to be dropping in October already. And in the Netherlands, they seem to ship 1 week earlier too. So we can already pretend to be playing Miles Morales without having the console. And man, that game looks amazing in the new Game Informer footage. And 2021 promises to be an amazing year for the new console too. Like, don't get me wrong, I also can't wait for the Series X and play many of my third-party games there, but in this Sunday Your Game show I want to focus on the PS5, going over recent news we got, including the UI, info on games, and way more. So thanks for joining, because every Sunday here I want to go over the recent gaming trends, make predictions, and of course answer one of your questions at the end of the episodes. So a like on the video would really help the channel out, and let's go. Congrats to Dashin for winning my September giveaway for a 2020 game of your choice. I now have a new October giveaway going on, where you can, for example, pick Valhalla or Spider-Man Miles Morales. Click the link in the pinned comment if you want to participate, and be sure you are a subscriber of the channel before you enter, and good luck. While they still have to do like a dedicated walkthrough, I already liked some of the Xbox UI features they shared, like being able to capture gameplay and then share it on your phone instead of the virtual keyboard on your Xbox. And the Xbox Series X, like, boot up is insanely fast. And we now learned that Quick Resume, that lets you easily switch between games and pick up where you left off, still works even if you have the Series X unplugged for 24 hours. We see Alana Pierce make a video about it here. So you can really quickly get into your games again when moving the system around. Really nice. And now we finally saw some of the PlayStation 5 UI features in action that we first only heard about. And the big one is activities. That sounds really great, especially for games with multiple ways to play, like Ghost of Tsushima now. Now we have to boot it up, and then select the Legends multiplayer in the menu, and then a mission that we want to play. Like, this should be way faster on the PS5. And by the way, good to note, Ghost of Tsushima works with backwards compatibility on the PS5, and with the PS5 boost mode we can play 60 FPS, and we should have even faster loading times. Yes, please. But now going back to the PlayStation 5 UI, because they showed Sackboy's Adventure as an example here, with progress for each level, and things that you can still do in the game, including getting trophies. Like, we see trophy progression now, 3%, 20%. Finally, we know how far we are with these trophies. And it's of course insane how in like 5 seconds you can then, from this activity menu, get into the level that you are selecting. And I heard from the developers that Watch Dogs Legion has this feature as well, so I'm really curious if like every PS5 game has the activity features enabled, or if it's like really on a case-by-case basis. Not sure how I feel about the time indication to complete a level though, and this should be based on your personal skill, so it will totally create some rivalry when visiting a friend's house and then you see, wait, why does it show 5 minutes more for every activity for you? Are you that slow? Also, like, having times linked to gaming makes it feel more like a job. Sure, nice if you only got 10 minutes to play, but I still prefer to not know this type of stuff. It kinda removes mystery or something, so hopefully we can turn this off as well. But overall, they really improved almost all the features from the PS4 UI. I really like screen share, so you can have the screen from a friend in the corner while you are playing maybe something else, or it could really help in multiplayer games to keep an eye on your teammate in a way to see what's going on in his side of the level or her side. Or you can like help someone who is stuck in the level you already finished without having to quit playing yourself. Having the PlayStation Store integrated in the system should be really great for speed, and they also want to personalize the games you see, so they will likely recommend games based on the ones you played. And another key feature is giving us even more information about the games we already own. Like, I totally expect easy access to patch notes from the game menu and other news from the dashboard. And we also saw that Explore feature briefly that will be rolling out after launch, and this basically looks like a PlayStation block integration in the system. And also, everyone having access to 4K gameplay recording is going to be awesome. We saw the Create feature in action. And of course the push for PlayStation Plus continues, because we see in-game tips you can access with like a video on how to get a specific armor piece. And you can only access this if you have the subscription. But the most recent push for PlayStation Plus is the best one yet, Ghost of Tsushima Legends. Like, it's completely free for everyone who owns the main game, but you need PlayStation Plus to play together with friends and use the matchmaking. So basically do the content as it was meant to be. And I'm sure that many people who are usually not subscribed because they only play single player games will now be trying or using PlayStation Plus. And that's really good enough for Sony to not have microtransactions in this mode, with all the cosmetics unlockable through in-game challenges. And you also notice that there are just no stupid grinds and really generous loot, because they don't care if you quit playing after a week, while that is of course different for live service titles. And if this is a hint at a future direction for PlayStation exclusives, then I'm all for it. Like, the gameplay in Ghost of Tsushima is so good, so it's great to now experience that in a world inspired by Japanese mythology and with friends. And a separate multiplayer mode would also work great for Horizon or Days Gone and God of War. Like, there's so much potential here, but again, without impacting the single player like we saw with Ghost of Tsushima as well. One of my biggest takeaways while playing Ghost of Tsushima Legends is that I now want a Horizon Forbidden West co-op mode, because I think hunting these large machines together should make for an even more exciting multiplayer, as we already kind of saw demonstrated in the concept art for the game before the reveal. And I just can't stop thinking about that big co-op mode rumor from Video Game Chronicle that I already touched on here before on the channel. Like, seeing that Sony greenlit Ghost of Tsushima Legends and that Guerrilla always wanted to make a co-op mode for the original game, I think there's a very high chance that this will be announced as a sort of Legends-style multiplayer mode. And if they handle it the same way as we now see with Legends, I think it will be huge. And we now got new Miles Morales gameplay, where we see both Peter and Miles swing around and both encounter the first boss of the new game, a true revenge battle. But really, when I see both Spideys working together, I just can't help but think about that inevitable co-op mode, right? For the real PS5 exclusive second game. I think it's a high chance that it's going to happen, at least they're setting us up for it. And even if you're not playing a lot of multiplayer games like me, the idea that these PlayStation exclusives will be significantly expanded upon in this new generation, while of course still maintaining the single player story, is super exciting to me, because the gameplay is usually so good, and to just have like an extra reason to keep playing is all that I want. But let's go back to Spider-Man Miles Morales for a moment. Maybe you already saw the best reveal for the game so far. You namely have a spider cat in your backpack for one of the outfits that also helps you with takedowns. Like, such a cool twist. The game's looking awesome, I can't wait to play it. I want to do a video soon going over all the recent news, by the way, but I really love what I'm seeing so far. Would not be surprised if we saw more of Demon's Souls this coming week, because we still don't know a lot about that big PS5 launch game. And then November is about to begin. I still need to figure out how I can cover everything here, but I'm excited nonetheless. Like, next gen is really going to make our lives as gamers way easier. We will be spending more time actually playing the game instead of having to navigate menus or waiting for loading times. It's gonna be awesome. And also looking at the first year of the PlayStation 5, maybe Horizon Forbidden West is already a first half of 2021 title. It is possible with God of War at the end of 2021, if they can of course make that work. And I'm sure there will be way more surprises that we don't even know of yet. And then looking at the rest of the generation, all the games that we saw introduced during the PS4 generation, or in the case of God of War, reintroduced, will make an appearance during the PS5 generation and be way better, because they learned from the PS4 original game and expanded upon, maybe with multiplayer modes apart from the single player. I think it's going to be really, really exciting. And looking at the PS5 UI, they actually introduced some new things. It will actually feel like a new system. So I'm super hyped. Let me know what you are the most excited about for next gen in the comments down below. Having like a black PS5 controller would really be the icing on the cake though. And this is actually a real image of something that Sony submitted. So seems to be happening at least. You can also leave a question in the comments under this video that I might answer in the next Sunday video. Last week I got a question from Sunrise Alex, who asked if we'll get more delays in 2021 because of the work from home situation or late release dates from many games. We actually already got a pretty crowded 2021 with Far Cry 6, for example, and Outriders. Now got a February 2nd release date. Great release date for that game, by the way. What I overall think is that release dates will just be announced way later than normal. So like maybe 2 months before the game comes out. So that developers are like 99% sure they can hit it. Maybe the game will then be delayed behind the scenes, but we will just not know. Because in this day and age, you just don't know what's going to happen. So that is what I think will happen in 2021. It's overall pretty crazy that many of the November games and the big PS5 launch games have not been delayed, looking at the current situation. So right now you could say the pandemic is not impacting that much, but time will tell in a way as well. Another fact is that gaming is just booming right now, and game companies, publishers, want to make sure that they put stuff out because there's a way higher chance that it's going to be a success because everyone is stuck at home and wants to play games. So that's, I think, another reason why we look at this holiday and the holiday for next year. They want to make sure that games come out then, but then maybe over the course of 2021, we will just see a lot of behind-the-scenes delays of games that were supposed to come out maybe in April and now in September, like maybe Gotham Knights. I'm just saying something. Subscribe for way more content on those games, and of course every Sunday a game video like this. A like on the video would really help the channel out. And don't check out my previous Sunday Your Game show, actually from 2 weeks ago, where I talk about some next-gen worries I have, in particular about the hard drive. Like, next-gen is going to be awesome, I talk about it there too, but 600 gigs on PS5 is not a lot. For now, I will speak to you next time, and goodbye.